you. I don't know why. I keep looking through to see some names. I've seen some already, and inshallah, I hope yours will come back. Because somebody was
mischief.
Somebody was arguing that we mustn't all be given opportunity to serve. But I also agree with the people who will say, look, if you are part of the conversation, you should be better part of the implementation, so that when you are speaking, you would have been speaking from practical terms and not just coming to speculate or read from a secondary source and come and talk about it. So sis, yes, I wish you well.
Thank you so
much. We
are
going to talk about ourselves today, because even if Lily chooses not to talk about what happened in Parliament, we are going to talk about that. And also, Lily, in my opinion, are you following the American politics? Are you seeing what Trump is doing?
Yes. I have monitored.
I've been following UK politics, US now, Rwandan politics, Nigeria, and interestingly, with the exception of Rwanda, UK, US, and even Nigeria have this common commentary that we don't even know why we voted for him. Yes, it's so general. And I'm sure if you were to check the most dominated word, the algorithm will just tell you probably disappointed or something. But aid from US not coming to Africa again. So sad. Yes. He says no.
Let's
come back. I am saying yes. For now, we have seen the beautiful policies. And I say good morning to Alhaji, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. He made us proud again just 2 days ago.
In Nigeria.
Very solid man. I say good morning to him. Ghanaians still believe in him. And we see the commentary. When we're doing and still doing the post-election reviews, you can see all that is being said about Dr. Baumia. And I would say, look, we have a fine gentleman. The brain is good. Probably Ghanaians were just tired of seeing the red, blue, white and wanted the NDC to come in.
We're not talking about Dr. Baumia this morning.
But I'm just saying good morning to Dr. Baumia.
Okay. So that you're allowed to.
Thank you.
But let's talk about Parliament. Parliament has been dominating.
I didn't give my opinion.
Oh, okay. I've also not seen you this year.
Yes, we've not met this year. I normally go to the other side on Wednesdays. So yesterday, when Malik called, he said it's been a while. So you just go on, what's the name? GHOne. I said, okay. Wherever you send me, I have no option. I'll go. You are my boss. So good morning to him, and I want to congratulate. Yeah, he will do it.
He should be talking for your appointment.
I hear. I'm sure he's watching, so he's hearing you.
He normally says what, 40k men, 50k women,
4k men,
5k men, 3k women, and all ladies.
And when they say go to office, you go and carry 4k men to office.
They just wanted to just.
It wasn't necessary.
Okay,
fine.
Oh, please. Good
morning to all my party executives, especially I'm a green baby. My ladies who have been appointed, Margot, Ruth, what's the name, Beatrice, Auntie Joyce, and the rest. I said big congratulations to them and all other communicators, if I should put it that way. The Edugis, my own boss Sami, and the rest. Back to Accra. Yesterday I was at WAEC, and this hasn't been the first time. Normally, that's my opening statement for. And greetings to Ablukuma West. We took the seat. I told you here when I was here the last time that we are taking that seat. You said no, it wasn't possible. I don't know why everybody was scared of my MP then, the ex-MP. It wasn't. She wasn't an extraordinary human being. She's just like any of us.
Scared? No, I think we're looking at how visible the opponent had been, and it's a numbers game.
And it's always not about the candidate. Yes, it's he has a role to play, but it also depends on the executives you have in the constituency, and the executives were especially the chairman, the chairman for Ablukuma West, Bright Ahoto. I'll pay you, don't worry, when we are done.
Well, you're in power, so hey.
So for this, I all those people making unnecessary comments, I don't think it's right. When people work, at least loyalty must be rewarded. Like my sister is asking me, look, my pastor, anytime I see appointments, I don't want to go to church because it's on my name. Mommy, I've not seen your name. What is happening? And sometimes I'm like, it will come. But it gives us some. Look, when I spoke to the guy the last time, I felt bad. Because the person has worked
for the party.
Okay. With open hearts.
Since you're talking about appointments, let's talk about the appointments committee and the vetting processes since the nominations from President Mahama and all the.
Are you a city child?
No. We'll deal with this matter. You called me.
Wait, I don't have time to Did I mention your name? Why are you taking a hat on your name? Did I mention your name? You know you were fighting on TV about this your seat. You are coming to collect your money. Did I mention your name?
You cannot call me.
Did I mention your name?
We have proceeded.
I think you should have started with her. I'll also start because the case is coming from her end. It's her sister, it's our sister. But I'll still start. You see, do you know I wanted to call you silly?
I'll sue you.
Really?
But I'll support you.
It's so sad. It's very, very sad that this is happening. We are confident in you. Can you give us some level of reassurance again? What's the whole matter? I would tie up everything to discipline. And before I even continue, I want to issue a caveat. The point here is, just the last time I sat on the seat, about a few weeks ago, I was told by my leaders, tell us what you are doing. We had media houses, some of your colleagues, we had neutrals. Now even the neutrals, I'm sorry, but most of them have actually made the trust and confidence that we had in the neutrality now quite shaky. And it's because of what some of them are doing, not all of them. So they told us that, look, you guys should shut up, do the work and don't complain. What we saw and still seeing, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia came out and told the whole country that, look, I am conceding defeat. I am accepting it with all humility that I lost the election. We saw what happened in 2016 for saying bribes. Yesterday, I was seated in the car with somebody. I like to monitor on CT when I'm driving. They were listening. Then my cousin, who is not too politically inclined, asked, but why would he have to say, have I taken money from you? I don't know if you were following keenly. Anybody that sat before them, they would ask the person, the chairman would ask, have I seen you this morning?
You can monitor on Star FM.
Sure, you know that. I will.
We do carry it live.
I will. They would ask you, have I taken money from you? Do we need to reduce parliament to this level? Because we do take our kids. Sometimes I tell my girls that, look, you don't need the school to take you there. Whenever there is a certain and you are home, I will take you along to go and watch what they are doing. Why would you want young people to watch our parliamentarians? Because we all want to look up to them, we all do learn from them, and we all know when you look at the kind of knowledge, posturing, experience, mannerism, and everything that is being displayed in parliament, it tells you the kind of country we have. And all that we do sells. Investor confidence, prestige, respect across the sub-Saharan, the globe. You want to go and call people silly and expect to be clapped for? Lily, you know we are very gender biased. I remember when we had to sit here and talk about gender. Now, my dear NDC women, the 30% President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo did his best by passing the affirmative action bill. We all celebrated it collectively. I had communicators from the NDC who told me, yes, it should go beyond the person. Is this what you expect to do with the bill? I mean the act? Is that what you expect to do with the implementation? We have always asked for 30%. Fortunately for you, 30%. It should reflect all angles, all levels of the structure, all levels of the governance. And other men, and here I dove my heart for Honorable MP for Tamale South, my own brother. He stood. I know some of them were bashing him. Those who didn't actually look at the whole thing holistically. And I'm told she went to give some shoddy, apology or whatever. It's not enough.
Not just Harry Idrisu, Aga also condemned.
Even when she was reacting, you saw her own colleagues talking to Honorable Anodompre. And you see, I don't want to say it should have happened to anyone. But Anodompre, we all know him. You see how he even carries himself. And when you even look at his facial expression, it was like, what's going on? What does she mean? We are expressing our views. You go haywire. You're just a visitor, or you just passed by in the house. And if you are just being given an appointment as acting, you've not been confirmed yet, and you're already displaying this, what are you telling the whole nation? She hasn't really represented us well as from them as women, so that when we get the opportunity to come back, Ghanaians, because Ghana goes beyond NDC and PP.
Sure. It's a multi-party democracy.
It's actually more about the person watching, the person doing the voting. And just this election was when I learned it deeper, though I knew it, that look, Ghanaians are best judges. They will smile with you. For the t-shirts they took, they took the t-shirts.
The cash too. If you shared it.
We were sharing that. Oh, Adia, Baniwani, the Mashali, you would hear, you would give. I thought that was endorsement, but they separated the issues from the infrastructure. They separate validating that point that we don't learn, because if indeed you are coming to do a reset, you have been voted. We have done swearing in. It was beautiful. We collaborated. The collaboration in the transition from even the Jubilee House. When you see our agency heads handing over to them, Kofi Japan, you saw how he spoke to Malik. Very encouraging. A lot more of the CEOs and MDs are happy to take them through, to tell them, look, this is where we are, this is where we came from, and this is where I intend, or I had intention or intended to take this organization to. But now that you are here, I say congratulations, pick it from here. And just in the process of doing all this, people are clapping for us, our neighbors are happy for us. The next moment, what they would see is you calling people name on set or in parliament. That is not nice, and I think that should be stopped and condemned. Parliament should have that authority, that respect, that aura, that senior people who are also putting out this analysis that look, whatever is happening to them today, be it NDC, NPP, has a lot to do with how they even treat and then handle each other, even in parliament. We've had name calling. We've seen reactions. We have seen how they would treat each other. But during the vetting, I at some point got quite excited, though I was looking at it from. But when you also look at the good side, we have heard of corruption. Let's see how the hearing goes. We have heard of issues of asset declaration, because I've listened to Honorable Haruna Idris also talking about him serving for about 20 years and also being able to acquire certain things if he has a house in cantonment. That shouldn't be a big deal or a big news. Of course, asset declaration need to be done, and all name callings and indiscipline and order should be stopped at all levels. If you want election, go and work. What's the point of still riding motorbikes, calling 4K, 5K, 6K? Ghanaians don't want that. And I've listened to people, including this platform, saying, look, enough of the noise. This is not why we voted you. You said you were resetting. Is it a reset agenda? You go to invade the whole premises, working hours. For that particular day, about 5 productive hours was moved away. People would have been doing their reports, probably workshop, discussing, it's New Year. Their plans, budgets, maybe some orientations going on. You come to stay there. I'm not saying don't respect your followers. I'm not saying don't rejoice. But right things should be done at the right place and the right time.
Okay.
That's a lengthy one. And kudos to the in Parliament yesterday, as we sit here discussing. You see, it's the posture of certain people on the minority side. If you look at the posture of Honorable Anodompreh, I don't know whether it's because of what happened during the elections or whatever, but since he came to this Parliament, whether he wasn't expecting this shock, but as politicians, we should always have it at the back of our minds that you always wouldn't get what you want.
Brace yourselves.
Yes. So whatever it is, maybe, I don't know whether they've done it, Parliament should organize some orientation and give them some shock, whatever. Because I can see that, especially Honorable Anodompreh, his posture during this vetting hasn't been one of the best. Look at the minority leader. I call them micro-minority. They say they don't want it, but that's what they are. Even of us never knew she was a Buddhist when she was in the constituency. So she went to vetting before we got to here.
I have always known. I've known.
Okay, some of us.
You were young, yeah.
She's been a friend, as you say, or very close to you. Some of us didn't know. For me, somebody's religion doesn't matter. But for some of these things to go beyond those normal things that we are expecting a nominee who is going to a ministry, and there's so much to be done. Certain questions that will bring his ideas, what the government have for the nation. But if you go into those things, what will it do for me sitting here? A charismatic Christian who doesn't, for me, some of these things. So their posture also, because from what I saw on the video, yesterday I saw a video that he was talking plenty. They were not going to vet. Is it the chairman for the committee? And that's why some people also feel that from our side that the chairman is being too lenient with them. But I just wish that as matured as they are as parliamentarians, they should know that someone's leniency is not a weakness. He just wants to make sure that at least we are all working together. It shouldn't be a case of where because we think we are the majority, even if we walk out, it will not take anything away from us. But he doesn't want to be seen coming across as such a person who will want to rubbish. And I sit on behind my TV and I'm like, I wish these people will walk out of the vetting. Why would they? Because for me, their posture and some of the questions and the way they were going about things were not the best. It's not in the interest of Ghanaians. So if there's a chairman, even your minority leader is there. I don't know what point Anodompreh wants to prove to anybody or to his party. Because for me, I don't know how true. You know that place too is my constituency. I have our economics. So I was even saying this is the Messiah we should be expecting, not the one who said he was coming to stop dollar from rising, and we are insisting cedis plus.
Don't you think it's early days yet to be calling him a Messiah?
Oh yeah, it's early days yet. That's why when they even talk about the female nomination, I still say it's early days yet, because at the end of it,
we've seen we don't already.
We don't have deputy ministers. We don't know what the president has down his sleeves. The people here. So I'm sure that so far as he has promised, for him he will do this. And so for Anodompreh, back to him. He should just calm down. Honorable. Is he
not justified?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Because this is not the first time these allegations have ever come down.
Sure.
Every successive government with vetting, These things have always come up. And this is not the first time. So I'm wondering why he should take this thing personal, if not for kind of show off. This is not the first time, and I don't think it will be the last time. Honestly, I feel that this was just needless. He could have even spoken to the chairman directly. You don't have to flare your muscles around so that everybody knows that the whip is there, the micro-minority whip is there, so that your name will be heard, your constituents will think you are working. You are just wasting parliament. Chairman, you are the host here. So if I come and, like you said, she's interjecting, am I supposed to fight with her?
No.
I just call your attention. When she was speaking, I was quiet. So at least you talk to her, she's quiet. So you can go to chairman. This is what we have heard. Do we continue with what are we supposed to do? But because you want to show that you too, you did. So you go around doing all these things. I don't agree with whatever went on.
Altercation. Yeah.
No.
Of Parliament. It happened within the precincts of Parliament.
Yeah. Do you know this man called JDM cursed on this nation? Did he ever apologize? He was called to apologize. He refused. Honorable and not pray. And then bring out his deputies so that work can start before the 120 days. That's what elapsed. For all this Oliver, because of Oliver today there is no vetting. So couldn't that thing be put somewhere? Go on with the vetting. The vetting that always take 4-5 hours. Look at what they did to Dr. Omanibuama.
Yeah.
The longest ever.
Yeah.
Over 170 questions. What is it? What crime has he committed? Being a former appointee or being an appointee during the elections? I don't know what he did.
He was director of elections.
Yes.
It was because of certain.
Sometimes some of us get calls. I know people at Ghana Water who have been calling me concerning a certain MP that we can shut the person up because they have these dossiers on him. So you can't just be doing some of these things when you as a politician knows what goes into some of these things. Is that what will help the nation? The ministry that is going? Is that what will bring the best out of that place? Those are the things we are looking for. So if we sit 4 hours, 5 hours, and it's a personal thing, then I don't see where we are going as a people. Or because of Oliver, today there is no vetting. And so we couldn't have pushed that thing. I'm not saying whatever he said, they shouldn't question him.
Perception is also key. You know?
Is it the first time this perception? That's the question I'm asking. That's not the first time. They have said this thing over and over anytime a vetting is going on. Even during
but you also remember the corruption perception index. Parliament is in there. Yeah. Don't you think it's a time to clear their name?
They will clear it after the president's work is done. After the vetting, you can call him. For me, whatever he said, the parliament has every right to call him to parliament. Just like they want MFA to be hauled before the privileges committee. But I feel that this thing should be managed well. She's a CEO of a big institution, and by all means, other utterances. The last time I was on TV3, I said something, and one of them, he was a presidential staffer. He went and bloated the thing on Facebook, added what I have not said. I had to tell, if we try to push ourselves out of politics, the men will push us. They will help us push ourselves out. Okay. We are very few, and we need the numbers, so we shouldn't allow the men to push us out. They shouldn't also bully us. You said something wrong. I belong to this party. I wasn't happy with what you said.
I, Bernard Ahiafo, First Deputy Speaker of Ghana's Parliament and the Chairman of the Vetting Committee, wants to place it on record that myself and the committee members do not demand money from any nominee before vetting and approval. I will therefore direct the clerk of the committee to invite Oliver Baker Vomawo to appear before the committee tomorrow at 10 in order 134. I so direct. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, you're welcome back. This is still GH today here on GHOne TV. Still the breakfast review. You just watched a clip of the chairman of the Appointments Committee, Bernard Ahiafo, stating that the activist Oliver Bakavamo will be hauled before the Appointments Committee. He's not being appointed by President. He's not been given a green or white paper, but now he has the privilege of appearing before the Appointments Committee to provide evidence. Committee, and mind you, this is about the integrity of the majority MPs and the chairman of the appointments
happening. And you see, when I say I'm scared, I will repeat I'm scared. Mind you, they say continuous lies becomes truth, and if they will sit for somebody to keep marring their integrity, their image and everything, and they not reacting, where will we be in 2080 or 2030 or 2035? It would have meant that the credibility, the trust, the respect of and everything will go, the moral fiber will go, that we are struggling to even hold together, it will just go completely. Now, my anger, both sides, and they said, look, if that's the case, let's even not continue until we are cleared, until we. And my sister said something that sought to have suggested that. And my sister said something that sought to have suggested that we can go to hell. After all, no, you did. I'm not quoting you. I just said that sought to have suggested. You said after all we could go. How many are we? You said we are minority, and we can go if we don't want to be there. So it's kind of suggests that we can go to hell. You don't need us in the business of parliament. But trust me, I will go back to the Dagbani adage again that whose religion is what and all that. I have seen reactions too. And I have seen people say that, look, it's none of our business. And you know, some groupings do have tags and perceptions around them. So if you know yours is one and you are in the leadership role, you should be able to strike the balance. After all, life itself, it's about balance. To know when to say what and when not to say what. And that, I assure you, has its implication on both of them. Because when Honorable Afenyo is asked, able to deal with it, after all, they wouldn't even raise that. To defend her reaction and all that, I won't even touch it. I am disappointed because violence is violence, rudeness is rudeness. So if I trigger you and you become emotionally intelligent, don't you think you would have been more respected than myself? You mustn't fight to address an issue. No. She could have said it better, and nobody would take that away from her. As for the shortest vetting, away from her. As for the shortest vetting. I'm just sad that we have to be talking about colleague women like this.
Yeah.
It's so sad. In any case, let's put the green, red, black aside. Let's put the white, blue, red aside.
Because then your business will come.
Depends on what I do. So when it is time to criticize, it's just good we wait. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm too good at this. But what I can say about myself is, if we ought to say it, it should be said.
If it must be done, it must be done.
It doesn't make me NDC. It only makes me somebody who tries to understand what is going on in Ghana. So for her to be discharged under 10 minutes, within 10 minutes, was a wrong one. Ma'am, if you ever have the opportunity to prove yourself to Ghanaians, to tell them that, look, Greater Accra region will thrive under your leadership, that we will see progressive leadership. Men in Ghana should look up to you and know that they are open, or they should be ready to see good coming from you. Please make time to do that, even if it will take one-on-one media engagement. She probably needs a media soiree to actually
vetting. At the vetting, he himself was not feeling well, so he asked that he should be allowed to go get home and get his drugs, so that he'll come the following day. So that one, you should know that it was not
it was
the vetting committee.
lengthy.
It's not the vetting committee who did that. So it was himself who asked for that. So please, our MPP friends. Me, I didn't watch the vetting like I said yesterday because I got caught up somewhere. I didn't watch the vetting like I said yesterday because I got caught. But when I came, I saw that the vetting was continued. I'm not too sure that when they look at the people behind her,
the number of people,
the number and the caliber of people who came with her shows that she has the competence. I said, is she going to the office with those people? I know chiefs, you should let people also know what the minister going to do about those things. And so if you don't ask her questions, because what I can offer my people, I am not coming because I want to be shielded. I want people to think she's not vulnerable. She's been there 3 times. She's been in Parliament. This is her third time. And so she has experience. And I'm sure we know her competencies. That's why the appointment